grateful to have had someone like him, help me in guiding me through my journey so far as a professional footballer, and in the best possible way by doing all that I can for, when I'm obviously selected within his teams, and trying to play the best that I can for him and for the team to be as successful as we can be.
I'm sorry for doing this with him sitting right next to you, but and also Arnie has the chance to become the first ever coach to lead Australia into 2 consecutive World Cups at the end of this cycle, heading into his second now. What sort of evolution of the Socceroos have you seen as someone that's been there since the beginning of this group over the past 4.5, 5 years?
Yeah, I mean, the evolution I think is there within the results. It's obviously a results-based game, and we play this sport because we love it, and we have the opportunity to create lifelong memories. And the more successful we are, the better and more memories that you have. And I know for me and my life, there's nothing more purposeful than that, and dedicating and sacrificing my time towards doing exactly that. So the fact that obviously we've gone on and we've done things as a national team that no other team has done is obviously an example of that. And yeah, we're by no means satisfied, and we've got, like I said, we've got our goals and we tick them off, and now we've moved on and we've got more goals that we want to tick off. And it's great to get this campaign, this World Cup and Asian Cup qualifying campaign underway again, and the journey starts again.
In the case, sometimes you have to come in Socceroos not playing a heap of football, but you must be feeling pretty confident.
Yeah, at the end of the day, I just try to approach each day as it comes. I give my all, whether I'm playing or not. I try and attack each day with everything that I've got to, put my best case forward to, try and be the best man for the job, or show that I'm the best man for the job. And at the minute, as I've always done, taking it day by day, but enjoying playing regularly at Alkmaar. Sort of landed in a good spot there, and some European football. And we're a team that obviously last season we finished in 4th place, and it's obviously early in the season so far, but we've laid a good platform to have another good season there. And like I said, enjoying my craft there at the minute, and trying to do all I can to create as many successful days as possible.
What does success tomorrow night look like? It sounds like it's going to be a game where the team will have a lot of the ball, maybe have to break down a packed defence. I know it's mostly at the other end to you, but what are the expectations? What do you need to see out tomorrow?
Yeah, I mean, we always focus on ourselves, and we've had great exposure recently in the games we have been playing. It's those sorts of games where, being exposed to that level and against that sort of calibre of opposition, when the big tournaments come around, we want to be obviously equipped as best we can to be successful at those sorts of tournaments. And as a playing group and as individuals within the group, we've been exposed to that again in these games that we've faced in these friendlies recently, and now moving on to, like I said, this journey now with these games unfolding. I mean, the games against the opposition at World Cups and whatnot, they don't come, or they don't become possible without first knocking over all the challenges that we have to face to get there. And having been part of 2 qualifying campaigns, I know that there's no easy game in football, and we have to give the respect to the opposition, no matter who it is that we're facing. But it's all dependent on us and how we prepare, and the standards that we continue to maintain and continue to raise. And we've been obviously working hard since we've come into camp, and we're ready to go. And like I said, we'll probably have a lot more of the ball, and it's around us and our attacking patterns, the way we move it, and how purposeful we are with it in creating the opportunities, and being clinical. And at the other end, we can't be caught napping and switching off or anything like that. We need to be there to thwart any opposition attack that they're going to try and obviously hit us with. And across the board, I'm confident that we can go out there and do the job tomorrow night.
Matty, Adrian from Channel 10. Just one on team culture. Obviously, that word gets thrown around quite a lot, but being inside the camp yesterday and getting a feel for all of the boys, can you just take us into that, what the culture looks like in the Australian team, and then how that moves to on-field as well, particularly with some of the younger players that are coming in? How do you go about building and growing that culture?
Yeah, well, Arnie, it's been the catalyst in my experiences under Arnie to being the backbone of our team. I mean, when you go out on that pitch, first and foremost, there's no better feeling having 10 other guys around side you, and then obviously other squad members ready to come on off the bench, knowing that, you know, you got one another's back, whatever you're going to be facing, you know. And yeah, it's obviously a challenging game, and you face plenty of obstacles out there, and there's plenty of ups and downs and whatnot. And to go through it with a group of guys, knowing that, you know, we're all there on the same page and willing to do whatever it takes for one another to, you know, like I touched on, create those successful moments as often as possible. There's no better feeling than that, and that's the foundation that we set. And then, yeah, like I said, the individual technique, the physical side of it, the tactics, all I feel are flow and effect from there. So I think to have that strong foundation and that strong core is really the cornerstone to what we stand for, as being, you know, the Australian national team and being an Australian. And it's vital within our group, and it's something that we constantly work on in order to keep it, obviously, you know, as strong as we possibly can, and keep it working as successfully as it has done up until now.
And just to follow up to that, does that look like anything in particular? Like, are you doing anything inside the camp, whether it's messages, whether it's dinners, whether it's anything to build that culture, or is it just a natural thing that happens? How do you do that exactly?
Yeah, I mean, it's through the standards that we set as a team, the principles that we have, the characteristics that players have to, you know, demonstrate when they come into camp, and then I think it's just sort of because all that is sort of set in stone, and it's been that way for a very long time. And obviously every manager that has come in has their own little twist and addition to that as well. And then you sort of just let things naturally take its path. And like I said, being Australians, we're all pretty easygoing, friendly types of people, and it's a balance between maintaining that, you know, in the downtime, but, you know, when it comes to business and, you know, there's a job to be done, that we're all focused and professional on doing that first and foremost, and yeah, letting the good times roll. But, you know, one of the common words we use a lot is energy, and yeah, that's what we try and do out on the pitch. Energy, you know, whether it's to chase down opposition, to whether we have the ball and we've got to move it quickly and get into positions to create goal scoring opportunities. It's something that, you know, is reflected heavily in our game plan, and the environment that we have around the place, away from the pitch as well, is a big impact on that. And you know, what we can do on the day-to-day basis to make sure that that's a common theme within our training sessions and the matches when they come round. And yeah, we work on that quite often to keep that positivity around the camp.
Matt, I just wanted to ask you about your performances at Alkmaar. You've been playing really well at the moment. Statistically, you're one of the best goalkeepers in Europe. I just want to ask you, how is that going to affect your time in the Socceroos camp, and do you think it's going to be beneficial to the game tomorrow night?
Yeah, you know, playing regularly is always what a player wants to be doing, and thankfully since I've arrived at Alkmaar, it's been that, and I feel like I'm in a good place, and I'm contributing to the team there, and yeah, the results that we're having, and yeah, we've laid a good platform until now. But you know, you don't win anything, you know, in November in a football season. So there's a long way to go, and it all means nothing if we don't capitalise on it from here until the end of the season. So, you know, very much, yeah, we're in a strong position, but by no means content. You know, always wanting to achieve more and focused on doing all I can to do exactly that. But yeah, feeling confident and ready to, you know, help the team tomorrow night. Yeah, deliver another win for our national team.
Hi Matt, Lockie from the Inner Sanctum. This week is the 50th anniversary of the first time that the Socceroos qualified for the World Cup. Has that been spoken in the team at all, or used in motivation in any way?
Yeah, I mean, we've mentioned it. It's been the chit-chat around the camp also, you know. Obviously, it was a monumental moment, our first ever World Cup, and yeah, it set the standard in that regard that, you know, that's what we want to achieve as a national team. And, you know, there's nothing better than making our great country proud and uniting it in football tournament like the World Cup with how special that it is. And we witnessed that again recently. And yeah, thankfully over the last few World Cups we've been managing to qualify. But yeah, you know, now it's on to the next one. And you know, the first step is tomorrow night. And yeah, we're doing all we can to be ready for that one and get off to the best possible start.
And of course, last cycle you weren't able to play as many matches at home as you would have wanted to due to COVID. Is it exciting that you just get to play in front of Australian fans a lot more this time around?
yeah, definitely. It's not until something's taken away from you, you know, that you appreciate how special it is. You know, it's very easy to take for granted things, as we know, in life, and playing away from Australia and playing away from home and the fans and obviously our friends and family within that as well is something that I don't think anyone's going to take for granted again. So, yeah, it's going to be special to be here tomorrow night, back here at Amy Park. We've had some great memories in my time in the team here until now, and yeah, looking forward to adding another one tomorrow night.
G'day, Matt. It's Ian from Reuters here. I just wanted to ask you about this whole process, this 40 to 48 team World Cup going forward. It's obviously a bit more margin for error there. Is that in itself a danger? You might think too far ahead, or a lot of Australian fans would probably think you guys will sail into that World Cup. But is there some danger in being complacent there?
First and foremost, there's no extra margin for error for us with our mentality. We treat it, there's no easy games in football, at least that's been my experience and the message that I try and share within the group as well. Our standards are what they are. It all focuses on us. You talk about respect for an opposition. On one hand, when you're playing, the mights of the opposition out there in the world, the Englands, the Germanys and all this, you respect them too much, give them too much time on the ball, they can punish you. And, to the contrary, you don't give enough respect to a certain opposition, you can get complacent and that can be just as detrimental. So by all means, myself personally and the message that I try to share within the group is that we treat every game like a World Cup final. And for me and my experiences in the game until now, that's what helps me deliver my best performance for the national team, no matter who we're facing. And that's what I try and share with the playing group as well, with that similar mindset. And I'm confident we do that to the best of our ability. Then, these little things don't happen. And like I said, it all depends on us and the standards we maintain and we set and we try to raise. And yeah, that's not going to be an issue. Thanks, guys. Cheers.
I was going to say that's the best presser ever I've had.